soon as she gets in here.
You want to set a record?
We're gonna be out of here. No time slot.
Nice work, Paul.
Sure. Make that nice work. Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, we don't, Patty now. Yeah, but it should be, well, we got 15 resolutions.
And almost all of them are at the airport.
You know, Bob, I didn't know that we didn't have people out there 24 hours a day. I didn't know that. I was surprised to hear that.
Me too.
One thing I was asking about the other day, we're trying to get fire department.
Oh, I think that's a good solution, but,
Well, because it's open 24 hours, we plan.
yeah.
We can't trust
Just
some
gotta be,
class,
it's gotta be worthy, right?
They're very.
I don't necessarily think they need two people.
That's.
Don't you know?
Yeah, he's like a silly. Oh my goodness, my apologies.
It's all right.
really.
Uh-oh.
We got 7, we got one.
We're gonna make up for it, Patty.
Uh-oh.
Believe me, we're gonna make up for it. It
Wrong
should be-
number, Mark.
It should, I know, it should be a light agenda.
That's okay, right?
All right, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order, regular session for, what's next today? May 28th, 2025. Would you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening all, thanks for joining us. Ms. Gill, would you please conduct a roll call?
Sure. Mr. Vizio?
Here.
Mr. Castine is asked to be excused. Mr. Hall?
Here.
Mr. Henry?
Here.
Mr. Lemoy?
Here.
Mr. Kretzer?
Here.
Mr. Perrier has asked to be excused. Mr. Randall?
Present.
Mr. Timmons has asked to be excused, and Ms. Waldron.
Here. I was thinking a perfect opportunity to slip something in tonight.
Easy.
All legislators have received a copy of the minutes for the May 14th regular session. If there are no deletions, corrections, additions, I'll accept the motion to accept the minutes. Motion by legislator Randall, second by legislator Vizio. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I will now I'll now recognize anyone in the audience that wishes to speak to the legislature. Raise your hand, and we'd be happy to hear from you. Anyone at all? Anybody? Yes, sir.
My name is Dennis Cheney. I live at 151 Ruger Street, and this is first legislative.
Sir, could you I'm sorry to ask you, could you step up and use the microphone up there, please?
My name's Dennis Cheney. I live at 151 Ruger Street, and this is my first legislative meeting that I've attended and have some future plans here that I'm thinking about, and I just wanted to get an idea of how things transpired. Appreciate your time.
Thank
That's
you.
okay. Thank you very much. Anyone else that I may have missed? Seeing no one, we will go to committee reports. I will call on the chairperson of each committee in alphabetical order by committee, starting with Buildings and Grounds and Legislator Lemoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Building and Grounds Committee has not met since our last regular session. However, Resolution 385 has been pulled and placed on the agenda upon the committee's recommendation. Our next Building and Grounds Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, June 9th, 4 p.m.
Thank you very much. Children and Family Services, do you have that?
Yep. On behalf of Legislator Perrier, the Children and Family Services Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Children and Family Services Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, June 3rd at 5 p.m. End of report.
Thank you very much. Economic Development, Legislator Walter.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the Economic Development and County Operations Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Economic Development and County Operations Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, June 11th at 4 p.m. End of report.
Thank you. Finance, do you have that one?
Yes, I do. On behalf of Legislator Timmons, the Finance Committee has not met since the last regular session. The tobacco settlement decision letters were sent out. The next Finance Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, June 4th at 5:15 p.m. End of report.
Thank you very much. Health Committee, Legislator Vizio.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Health Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Health Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, June 4th at 4 p.m. End of report.
Thank you very much. Human Services Committee, Legislator Randall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Human Services Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Human Services Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, June 3rd at 4:15 p.m. And the report.
Thank you. Personnel Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Personnel Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, June 2nd at 5 p.m. Plattsburgh International Airport, Legislator Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Plattsburgh International Airport Committee met earlier. Chris Craig, the airport director, was present to discuss several resolutions, including authorizing contract with Hilton CAT and authorizing contract with Taylor Rental, as well as airline update, antenna update, and personnel update. Resolutions 386 through 397 have been placed on the agenda upon the recommendation of the committee. The next Plattsburgh International Airport Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, June 25th at 4 p.m. End of report.
Thank you. Public Safety.
On behalf of Legislator Castine, the Public Safety Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Public Safety Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, June 2nd at 4 p.m. End of report.
Thank you. And Transportation, Legislator Cresser.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Transportation Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Transportation Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, June 9th at 5:15 p.m. And that's the end of the report.
Very good. Thank you. If there's nothing more to add, we'll go to liaison reports. Board of Health, Legislator Lemoyne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Board of Health met on May 19th at 7 p.m. Discussion relating to the Clinton County Health Department fine policy was discussed. We also received reports from the Health Department for communicable disease reports and a rabies report, and I'm happy to report that we continue to be rabies-free in Clinton County. End of report. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Chamber of Commerce, Legislator Cresser.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So a few updates. One is about port of entry. The Chamber continues to interact actively with Congresswoman Stefanik and our senators on hoped-for inclusion of our border airports customs language in the major reconciliation bill now under development in the House. With tariffs, the Chamber continues its active binational messaging and media interaction regarding tariff impacts on our region and is joined with the U.S. Chamber in advocating for 3 forms of interim relief while various trade talks continue. With the border, Chamber staff met recently with the Customs and Border Protection Port Director of Champlain to discuss staffing, operations, and numbers. And also, in regard to their mission, the Chamber recently organized and hosted an important visit by a group of Quebec companies led by former Quebec Premier Jean Charest. Mark Henry attended the dinner. It was a high-level visitation. It was important to continue cross-border business activity and investments. More on the border, Gary Douglas attended and spoke at the Eastern Border Transportation Coalition Conference in Quebec City in May. And in Rouse's Point, the GSA has confirmed the construction of the new U.S. border crossing facilities at Rouse's Point will commence in June, and substantial replacement of the Canadian border crossing complex at Lacole has begun and will continue in stages over the next 2 years. The Chamber is a stakeholder advisor in both projects.
Very good. Thank you. Clinton Community College, Legislator Walter.
No report.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, for Clinton Community College, they actually had a Clinton Community College Day last week, which was attended by Legislator Kevin and Josh and myself. And I actually presented the college with a proclamation, and read it and handed it to them. So it was a pretty awesome.
I was out of town.
I know you were. So I filled in for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Discipline review, nothing here, right? Grievance, also nothing. Intercounty, Legislator Randall.
Yep, we should be meeting this month and advise after the meeting.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you, sir.
LCLG, Regional Planning Board, Legislator Cresser Randall. Anything on LCLG? Okay.
Yeah, we got a meeting coming up.
Yep.
I did get that email.
Soil and Water.
Soil and Water, a couple updates. They had a tire pickup the very end of April, and they had the numbers in May for us. They picked up almost 1,000 tires, like 900 and some odd, so they had a full trailer. Couple other things. Recent federal funding pauses have had some effect on our local USDA Natural Resource Conservation offices. Payments for some of the conservation programs have been delayed, but payments have been resumed on a new application that have been approved. The ash tree management grant is moving ahead. It looks like our state contract is close to execution, and discussions have started with the municipal leaders to plan for project implementation. So they're starting to connect with, I know in the city they've connected with a couple of them, and I think Champlain too, to start to build a inventory of the trees they need to take down. And I think they're gonna disperse the money in small amounts to try to make it go as far as they can. Let's see here, state budget had increases in environmental protection funding by $25 million, with many direct benefits to the Soil and Water Conservation District. So they're looking at potentially getting a lot more funds for a number of different things, for farming, for non-source point pollution control projects, and for water districts. So that's the good news. Agriculture, environmental management, there's a 5-year strategic plan that's under development right now. And this is round 19 of the AEM program, which includes a 3-year action plan funding over $600,000 to technical assistance. One of the new girls that they hired this year in January qualifies to be one of these technical people, so they are going to get some additional money, particularly maybe even pay her entire salary. She's going to be doing a lot of that study. And an integral part of the organization, Clinton County, will benefit from the additional grants and projects and funding. So, Soil and Water, they're pretty busy over there, even though some of the grant money was twisted up, and it's starting to flow again, so it's a good thing.
All right, thank you. Staff reports, Ms. Kelleher? No report. Ms. Kim?
Just a quick reminder, if you haven't submitted your financial disclosures, you do so.
Okay. Resolutions. Before voting on the resolutions, I want to note that the majority of the resolutions have been thoroughly discussed by the appropriate committees, and the legislature is taking action tonight based in large part on the recommendation of those committees. Ms. Goodall, will you read the titles of the resolutions to be acted upon, please?
Resolution 385, authorizing contract with Daniel Signs Incorporated, Buildings and Grounds.
Motion, Legislator Lemoy, second, Legislator Bazzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 386, authorizing the de-icing pad and fluid collection system Phase 1 construction project application, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Bazzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 387, authorizing cost-plus fixed fee agreement with CNS Engineers Incorporated for construction, observation, and administration of the de-icing pad and fluid collection system Phase 1 construction project, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Waldron. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 388, authorizing agreement with CNS Engineering Incorporated for procurement of snow removal equipment, broom and blow unit carrier vehicle, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Bazzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 389, amending resolution number 138 dated February 26, 2025, titled Authorizing Lease Agreement with Microbird US Incorporated, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Waldron. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 390, authorizing the icing pad and fluid collection system design project grant extension, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Bazzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 391, authorizing the purchasing agent to resolicit bids for the airport-wide access grant control and security upgrades Phase 1 construction project, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Waldron. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 392, authorizing contract with Milton CAT, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Bazzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 393, authorizing out-of-state travel, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Waldron. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 394, authorizing non-federal reimbursable agreement between the United States Department of Transportation, Federal Aviation Administration, and Clinton County for commissioning flight inspection on runway 17 and reconfiguration flight inspection on runway 17-35, Plattsburgh International.
Title's longer than the
That's,
motion.
yeah.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Bazaya. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 395, authorizing contract with Luck Brothers Incorporated, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Waldron. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 396, authorizing contract with Taylor Rental, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Bazaya. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 397, authorizing lease agreement with Cisco Albany LLC, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Waldron. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 398, authorizing the Deputy County Treasurer to increase appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Child Advocacy Center District Attorney's Office.
Motion, Legislator Kretzer. Second, Legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 399, authorizing the Deputy County Treasurer to establish appropriation and corresponding revenue for Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act Funds Grant, Social Services.
Motion, Legislator Kretzer. Second, Legislator Lemoyne. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 400, authorizing the Deputy County Treasurer to increase appropriation and corresponding revenue for Youth Court Grant, Youth Bureau.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Lemoyne. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 401, authorizing the Deputy County Treasurer to establish appropriation and corresponding revenue for Youth Court Grant, Youth Bureau.
Motion, Legislator Hall. Second, Legislator Randall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes.
Does anybody have anything else to come before the legislature? I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Legislator Bazile, second by Legislator Hall. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried? We are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
20 minutes, that's almost
All right.
Bobby Hall.
That's close. It's not a Bobby Hall record, but it's close.
Record, that's a record.
Good job, Joe.